Welcome, 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 everybody, to the Art of Joyful Living, 5 Steps to Living in Joy and Attracting What You Truly Want. It is great to have you all here. I'm excited to have you here, and I want to start at the top of the hour because we've got a lot to do. We've got a lot to do. I'm going to suggest that you have a pen and paper or pencil and a paper to take some notes because there's going to be a lot of great information tonight. I'm excited. And as I said, I want to just get right into it so I don't waste your time and we all get a lot of value out of what is going to happen tonight. There is a chat there. I see some chat, so I want to make sure that you know that that's there. But we are going to, for the most part, I'm going to put that to the side for a bit because we've got a lot to learn. And I will pause for questions at some point. Okay, everybody? All right, so let's go. Welcome to the Art of Joyful Living, 5 Steps to Living in Joy and Attracting What You Truly Want. So let's get going so we can see what's going on. All right, so first thing I want to make sure is I want you to know who this is for. You know, you spent your time coming here, which I'm so grateful for, so appreciative of you. I just want to make sure that you know that this is for women and men who have been on a self-exploration path or a spiritual path, okay? This is also for people that want to make a real difference in the world, that feel like there's something they want to do, that they want to contribute in the world and serve the world in a bigger way. But yet you might be struggling, either with some kind of a nagging self-doubt, anxiety, or even fear itself. And you yearn to overcome these things naturally and develop amazing confidence and finally make your dreams into a reality. That is who this is for. So if that is you, if any of that applies to you, then definitely you are in the right place. Because in the next 45 minutes, I'm going to help you and I'm going to show you how to deal with that constant negative voice in your head without having to go through years of therapy. Don't you love that? I'm also, in the next 45 minutes, I'm going to show you how you can start to develop a loving and nurturing relationship with yourself and stop searching for the right formula, the right method, or the secret of everything, right? Also, I'm going to show you how to discover your life purpose without, I'll say it again, without having to read another book. Okay. Also, in the next 45 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how slowing down will create faster results. This is really big and really huge. I'm also going to show you how to reduce and eliminate anxiety, doubt, and fear, while at the same time you regain your zest and your joy for life. Okay? I'm also going to show you how to make time work in your favor so you can actually accomplish more while creating an internal foundation of peace and joy. Say yes if that sounds good. Okay? So I want to make sure that that's what we're going to do. That's who, if you are here, then that's exactly, you are in the right place. And I have a promise to you. My promise to you is that I am going to show you a step-by-step strategy for lasting joy and really attracting what you want. Say yes if that sounds good. Say if that's good. But before we start, I just want to go over a couple of things. So what we're doing tonight is for those of you who are ready to finally make your life the life that you dream. Everything that we're going to talk about today requires your dedication, right? And also, I do want to say before we start, the people that you're going to meet are amazingly dedicated. You're going to meet some people today. They are dedicated individuals who have done the work. They have failed. They have got up and did the process over again, and their results are exactly because of that. Okay, I just wanted to say all of that before we start. And we'll meet those people later on in the training. All right, everyone? So let me just ask you, does this sound like you? Do you keep reading books or going to seminars or watching gurus in search of that elusive answer? Do you? Do you do that? Do you sometimes put on a face for your family or your friends and even for work that everything's okay, everything's all right, when deep down inside there's some part of you that knows it's not? Is that you? Or does it feel like you are on sometimes a yo-yo cycle of negative then positive results over and over again? Something good happens and something bad happens, and then bad happens and great happens, and then they fail and then you succeed, right? Does that sound like you? Or does this sound like you? Do you long for a time when no matter what is happening in politics, your relationship, the environment, or with yourself, you're not triggered to anxiety or frustration or self-doubt or even fear? Do you long for that time? Does that sound like you? Or do you privately compare yourself to others and how happy and peaceful, and I would even say successful, they seem to be, while you keep going back to something must be wrong with me? Is that you? Is that you? And I like this one. Do you keep liking those memes on social media and these profound spiritual concepts that come up in these memes? But part of you, even though you're liking it, you feel guilty that you really aren't applying them to your life. And I would say that you can get it in your head, but you don't really understand it. Does that sound like you? Right? And finally, is this you? If you could just figure out that one thing, you will finally be able to just get on with your life, feel good, and attract what you truly want. Is that you? Is that part of you? Right? Okay. Well, all of those things that we talked about are not the real problem. They're not the real problem. The real problem that is happening with you is that you haven't made what I call the shifts. You haven't made the shifts. I'm going to tell you about them in a second. Because once you make these shifts, once you do this, you will have a true sense of self-confidence and peace in your personal life and all your social situations. You'll know that no matter what is happening in the world, you're solid and you feel amazing. You know, no matter what's happening in politics, what's happening with your job, what's happening with your relationship, you'll feel solid, you'll feel amazing no matter what is happening on the outside. And your relationships that were once tiring and a struggle will no longer have their hold on you, or they will slowly dissipate from your life. And the relationships that are working will have a new sense of commitment, new joy, new love. And once you make these shifts, you will start waking up feeling purposeful, powerful, and at peace. And all of this you will do while you're kind of rediscovering the energy, the curiosity, and the enthusiasm for life and the world that you might have thought you lost. So that is what we're going to do today. Once you get these things I'm going to teach you, that's what we're going to do. Okay? And that's what will happen to you once you get these. But let's just take one break because I think a lot of you know who I am, but some of you don't know who I am. So let's just talk about it. There I am. That's me. So my name is Max Ryan, and I am known as the spiritual how-to guy. And when I say spiritual how-to guy, I mean that I help people take very, very complicated spiritual concepts that you've learned, that you know, and I help you to actually apply them to your life, to understand how to make them, integrate them into who you are, right? So I am a 34 teacher and student of what's called A Course in Miracles, which is a spiritual mind training that changes everything in your life. It changes your mind from fear to love. It changes how you think. It changes your relationship to who you are, or you come back to your true self. I'm also, just a couple of things, I was actually a nominee for Best Spiritual Life Coach for Mind, Body, and Spirit magazine with the amazing Louise Hay. And I just rewatched You Can Heal Your Life last night with my immersion program. And, you know, I worked with Louise. She was the most amazing woman. If you have a chance, watch that movie. So honored to have been nominated with her. That's just incredible. I'm also, if you don't know this, I'm also a multi-award winning speaker and evaluator at Toastmasters International. I love Toastmasters. I don't do it so much anymore, but I've got so many awards and I love doing it because I kind of have the gift for gab, if you know what I mean. And also, I just want to tell you this. I specialize in helping people to move from what they don't want to what they do want so they can live the life they want in joy. Okay? Now, I want to just move on from there. These 5 shifts that I'm talking about, that we are going to talk about today, I discovered these after working with hundreds and hundreds of people around the world for the last 14, 15 years. And I realized that these things are huge. These things were huge, right? And when I really realized this and I put them down, I was like, oh my God, if people could just get this and start working from there, everything will change in their life. So they are 5 key shifts that you must make in order to truly have the lasting peace and joy that you're looking for. And in order to live a more purposeful life, while at the same time, you're attracting what you want. That's what these 5 shifts do. Okay? And I'm going to take you through all these 5 powerful shifts today. So yes, if you are ready, this is when I want you to have your papers and pens out because we are going to get going right now. This is shift number 1. You already know your life purpose. So many people come to spirituality, they come to this work, and it's because I don't know who I am. I gotta really, really find my life purpose in order to really be at peace and feel joy. And there's that nagging voice. It's always like, if I don't find my purpose, then something's wrong. Is that you? Is that you? There's something in you like, if I could just find that right thing, right? So I want to tell you, here is why most people can't find their purpose, in quotes. You don't need to, you already know it. But here is why you can't find your purpose. Are you ready? It is because you're a people pleaser. That is why you can't find your purpose. That is why it's not working for you. That's why, because everyone else's needs are in front of yours. You have been trained and trained and trained. So you are so busy consciously or unconsciously making your parents, your loved ones, the world, and that nagging voice in their head accept or approve of you that you've lost your way. And that's okay. That's okay. And this is what happens. All those voices, the committee members in your head are going, do this, now do this, don't do that, and do that. And this is why when you're a people pleaser and you are following that nagging voice, you will never find your life purpose. And you're confused. You're confused about what makes you feel good and what makes you feel should. You know, this is what happens over and over and over with myself, not myself anymore, but it was like, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do that? Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that, right? So here's the deal. I'm going to say it again. You already know your purpose. You already know. Within you is your purpose. And as you start to heal, it will reveal itself. It will reveal itself, right? So until you can truly stop that constant conscious and unconscious evaluation and judgment, you will never find your purpose. You've got to stop that evaluation, that judgment, that trying, that pushing. You have got to stop it. You're never going to know it. And when you can stop that, that is when your purpose emerges. And it's as natural as breathing. It's the most natural thing in the world. And you will go, oh, well, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what is right, right? And that is when that sense of flow and that ease and purpose that everyone talks about seems to almost magically happen. That's when. And so you already know your life purpose. And to illustrate this, one of the best, greatest stories of all time is The Wizard of Oz. And I'm just going to take you through a little bit of The Wizard of Oz to show you this, right? So in one of the most famous scenes in the world, where this scene is that you see, Dorothy says to Glinda the Good Witch, will you help me? Can you help me? And Glinda says, oh, you don't need to be helped any longer. You have always had the power to go back to Kansas. I have? And the Scarecrow says, well, why didn't you tell her that before? And Glinda says, because she wouldn't have believed me. She had to learn it for herself. And then the scene goes on. The Tin Man says, well, what have you learned, Dorothy? And Dorothy says, that if I ever go looking for my heart's desire again, aka my purpose, I wouldn't look any further than my own backyard. Because if it isn't there, I never really lost it to begin with. And Glinda says, that's it, my dear. Now, those magic slippers will bring you home in 2 minutes. That scene is all about knowing you already know your purpose. You already have your slippers. You just think you want to run around on the yellow brick road and look for something. Okay? Take a big deep breath, everyone. Let's move on to shift number 2. And shift number 2 is pretty intense. Shift number 2 is put the books down. Put the books down. This is something that you're not going to hear from many spiritual teachers or mentors. Stop reading. Stop putting the books down. Now, of course, I love books, and there's so much to be gained from books. But here's the deal. According to a recent analysis of the self-improvement market by Market Data Enterprises, $549 million a year, I'm going to say that again, $549 million a year is spent on self-help books in America. You see, people have this compulsive need to get the answers. The answers, the answers. I need the answers. I need the answer. I need the answer. On this book will get it, and this book will get it, or this will happen. Now, this need, this craziness, manifests in a million ways. Let me just tell you. It manifests in addiction to psychics. This psychic will go, oh, this psychic will tell me, or this medium will tell me. And all of this stuff I'm telling you is not bad in itself, but it comes from this idea that I've got to find something. I've got to find something, just like Dorothy. Remember Dorothy. Reading book after book until another one gets your attention, right? Or maybe I'll fast, or maybe I'll do the South Beach diet, or maybe I'll do this, or maybe I'll run, or maybe I'll do yoga. Wait a second, maybe I'll do crystals. No, I'll try EFT. No, I'll do dream analysis. No, I'll start seeing mediums, like I said. No, I'll work with angels. Maybe it's tarot cards. I'll do tarot cards. Oh, no, maybe I'll do Church of the Month Club, right? And it goes on and on and on. Take a deep breath. You've got to put the books down because it's a treadmill. It's a treadmill. And staying on this treadmill of the search is costing you, my friend. It's costing you. It's costing you your peace. It is costing you your valuable time. You are wasting your time. I am telling you, like I know, you're wasting your time. Of course, it is costing you your precious life. Because as you keep trying to find the answer, your life is slipping away. Take a deep breath. My friend, you have to put the books down. You have to stop that treadmill. And once you really get this, you will truly savor the moment you're living in right now. Once you get this, and you get the depth of your relationships that you have right now, and your work will widen, and you will definitely feel a sense of true purpose. True purpose. It's the stopping, my friends. You've got to stop trying to find something. As Glinda says, you've always had it. You've always had it. And you have it right now as you sit here and you listen to me in this moment. Now, I want you to meet someone who has taken this, what I'm telling you right now. I'm going to introduce you to someone who's taken this idea to heart. And her name is Jamie. And here's Jamie's story. Let's just listen to what Jamie says. Jamie says, I've read a zillion self-help books. I've taken courses. I've done a lot of praying, all in hopes of finding inner peace and happiness. It was an endless and exhausting journey. Anyone here relate to that? Anyone here relate to that? Okay. What else did she say? And this isn't about me. She just wrote this. Max has taught me, and this is what you need to know. Your thoughts are dictating your life. He reminds me that life is all about love, and it is. And that if I let that guide me, I keep my vibrations intact, I can have a beautiful life that God intended me to have. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? She also goes, I mean, this isn't about me, but it's just I want you to see what she says. Thank you so much, Max, for teaching me to dig deep, wake the F up, and do the work. So a lot of times, just read this. Who knew the very thing I've been relentlessly seeking was right here all along? Jamie's story totally proves what I'm talking about. Totally proves what I'm talking about. Because when you stop that search and you finally just go, okay, I've got to stop this, you will find out that you are right where you need to be. So let's just stop, everyone, for a moment. I want you all to just take a big deep breath. Very good. I see there's questions and comments. I'm going to come back to those at the end, okay? So here we go. Let's move on to our next shift. Our next shift. The next shift I call, you have to master what I call the neglected power. You have to master the neglected power. What is the neglected power? The neglected power is what I call the turtle theory. The turtle theory, and we'll talk about this in a second, is the most effective and powerful way to truly live a joyful life where you're confident, you're peaceful, you're able to attract what you truly want in your life. That is what the turtle theory is. In the classic fable, all of you know the tortoise and the hare, who always wins the race. The tortoise always wins the race. Because what does the tortoise do? It goes step by step by step. Little win, little win, little win, little win. And the hare is running all around. I'm going to win. No, I'm going to do this. No, I can sit back. Oh, I can do this. And here's what I've seen in the spiritual world that I've been around for a long time. The main thing I've seen is most people have what I call spiritual ADD. It's the shiny object syndrome. Oh, like I said before, I'll try that. No, I'll try that. No, I'll try that. No, I'll try that. Most people I've seen have this spiritual ADD thing. So I'm going to just show you something. You know, the current or the kind of new age way, I'm going to show you this. All you need to do in the kind of new agey way is you've got to take a little of this and a little of that. Okay, so we'll do an EFT, and then we'll do an EMDR, and then we'll do a, do a little Reiki, and then we'll do this. That is spiritual ADD. And the right idea or an aha moment will just happen. As you're going all over the place looking for that idea. Or maybe, wait a second, just join another group. Join another group, start another thing, go do something else. You see? And here I want to say something really, really, I love Oprah. I love Oprah, but I'm sorry, Oprah was wrong. Oprah is wrong because she uses this quote over and over and over. And if you're a follower of Oprah, who I adore and I love what she does, but I believe that when she quotes Maya Angelou and says, when you know better, you do better, most people know better. Most of you know better, and you're still not doing better. And that's the truth. You might be doing a little better, but you're not really doing better. A lot of times it's just information, but it's not really changing your life. And also in the new agey way, it uses time as your enemy. It uses time as because it's like, at some point you're going to get there. At some point you're going to get there. You're going to finally get there, right? Now, I want to say this. Have you heard this? When there's a will, there's a way. When there's a will, there's a way. Well, doing all of these things leads to all this. You're confused, you're unclear, you're disoriented, you're bewildered. You kind of feel like this, or you might feel like this, and it's frustrating. And I feel you. I see it all the time. I see it all the time, my friends. But I want to say this. Here's the deal. You don't have to wait for a will, because when there's a way, there's a will. So you don't have to wait to be inspired. You don't have to wait to have an aha moment. You need a way, right? The turtle theory is the way. The turtle theory is the time-tested way of the ancient masters. This is what ancient masters did. They studied. They did a little bit. They did a little bit. Did a little bit. Little bit. We are in fast, fast, fast. Everything we want now, 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 now. You do little by little. Now, oh, look at that little turtle. Hi, turtle. All right. So this is going to show you how the turtle theory works. It helps you to stop. It helps you to slow down. It helps you to develop consistency. Consistency is the key of everything. And the turtle theory really helps you to fall into an immersive type of experience. And it helps you really, really, really have a commitment to something, one thing, and with your blinders on, right? And when you do the turtle theory, really, the result of the turtle theory is that you feel joy. Joy bubbles up. You just feel better. You feel great. You also feel peaceful. You just really start to feel peaceful, and that's for sure. And you feel your life is on purpose. That's what the turtle theory does. Let's go a little bit of how it works. So once you commit to the turtle theory, the experience of your life changes in drastic and very subtle ways. And attracting what you want in your life just becomes natural. It becomes really easy when you start to do this work, okay? So, hi, turtle. Here it goes. So what happens is, let's look at this. Let's look at number one on the top. When you do the turtle theory, you start to transcend the ego voice, the voice that's keeping you back, that voice that says, you suck, you're fat, they're better. You start to transcend that ego voice. And number two is your doubt starts to go down. Your faith goes up. So you lower doubt about if it can work out or if I'm ever going to be able to be connected with God, all of that stuff. It just starts going down. And one of the things that happens is you really do regain confidence in yourself. Total confidence starts to happen when you start to do the turtle theory. And number four over there on that side is you start to live in the now. You start to see all the incredible gifts in this moment. And the big one in the middle is you become a vibrational match to joy. And when you do that, that's when your life changes. That's when everything falls into place. Now, here's the deal. I want to introduce you to someone that knows about the turtle theory. Here is my friend Stefan. My friend Stefan has gone through and worked with me. And I want you to see Stefan's story and about how the turtle theory has really changed his life. He says things like, I could never believe in myself. He says, I had no real confidence in myself. I always judged myself. He even says this, and it just breaks my heart. He says, I used to be like a snail inside a snail. That is so sad. That is so, listen, that is painful, my friends. It's like that fear voice, that nagging voice, keeps you from seeing your light. And so you don't even want to leave the house. You don't even want to associate with people because the fear is so huge that you become like a snail inside a snail. That is so sad. It just kills me because Stefan is one of the greatest men ever. So he does the work. He really did the work. And he says now, and look at this, I can actually love who I truly am. And now I have real confidence in who I am. Stefan is one of those people that I told you before. He is dedicated. He does the work. He fails. He gets up. He does it. He didn't know the tools before, but now he has the tools, and now his life is totally changed. Now I can actually love who I truly am. And now I have the confidence in who I am. So beautiful, right? He says, now I'm open and sending love to those around me. I mean, I'm telling you, it was hard for him to love himself, and now he's sending love to those around him. And it's just the most beautiful thing. And he says, for the first time in my life, I feel hope. Isn't that beautiful? Hope is one of the greatest words. Let me tell you, it's such a beautiful word. And he says, my future and my now is bright. And I'm seeing the freedom I didn't see before. Isn't that beautiful? I'm so proud of Stefan. I'm so proud of all the people that do the work. It just, I know that you can do it. And one more thing, I just want to show you this. Remember this guy that was the snail in the snail? He literally was barely leave his house. He lived, did everything inside. I mean, a lot inside. And now I want to just celebrate Stefan for a moment, because here's Stefan just a week or two ago at the gym. He had a commitment that he was going to get out of his snail. He was going to move forward. He was going to change his life. And one of the things he challenged himself is to go and get to the gym, and look at how his face is just lit up right there. And I want to give a big, huge congratulations to Stefan. Congratulations, Stefan. And listen, all of you can have this kind of story too, when you know the shifts and you start to know the tools. Let's just stop for a moment again. Take a big deep breath. It's a lot. We've gone through a lot already, a lot. And thank you for hanging out. I know that you're putting in the chat, but I want to keep going. We'll come back to that at the end. So I want to just do a quick recap of what we have looked at before, and just take a short break. We're just going to look at those 3 powerful shifts we've already covered. Okay, everybody? And in fact, this picture right here is a picture of when I was in Belize a few years ago. Isn't that beautiful? Just absolutely beautiful. Okay, so number 1, we talked about how being a people pleaser has kept you from truly knowing your purpose. Okay? Number 2, we talked about why the constant search for the answer is a fool's errand, and it keeps you in the cycle of never being satisfied or at peace. Right? And number 3, we talked a lot about how mastering the turtle theory will develop a sense of true self-awareness, bring joy into the present moment where all your answers lie, so that you can be in joy right now. Okay? Let's keep moving on. Now, let's go to shift number 4. Now, before I show you this, this might be very shocking to you. So just be aware. Let's go to shift number 4. You have to stop trying to love yourself. What? You say? Are you kidding me? Why would you say that? Everyone says you gotta love yourself. I mean, of course, Louise Hay said, and I do say it. But here is the problem. Here is the problem. Search love yourself on Google. Do it after this. And I'm telling you, you will get 75,600,000 results in 0.67 seconds. It is an epidemic proportions at this point. Trying to love yourself is epidemic proportions, and this falls in line with the whole gotta get. Oh, I gotta love myself. I gotta love myself. I have to love. And people don't even know, because here's the deal. Here is the question. What are you trying to love? What are you trying to love? You don't even know. You don't even know. We're brought up with label after label about who we are. We have so many labels and constructs about who we believe we are that we rarely do we know what we are even trying to love. You don't even know who you are right now, and that's okay. It's a wild goose chase trying to love what you don't even know, right? So, if you do not delve deeply into who and what your true self is, you will continue to walk around this world with the belief that there is something wrong with you because you don't know who you truly are. You think that you are your ego. You think you are your fears. You think you are your angers. You think you are all of these different things. That's not your true self. So you will always have that feeling that something is off in your life if you don't delve into and really do the work, like the turtle theory, of discovering and healing your relationship with yourself. It doesn't work, my friends. It doesn't work. You've got to know that. But let me tell you, when you begin stripping away those layers that you have placed and society has placed and your parents have placed on top of your true self, when you start to strip that stuff away, every area of your life will improve. Your finances will improve. Your health will improve. Your relationships will improve. I'm telling you, this is the truth. Because then real love, real joy, and real peace will just start to bubble up, and that's who you are. Because you are love. You don't have to try to love anything. You are love. Take a deep breath. Let's look at Sarah. This is another wonderful, amazing woman that's worked with me. This is Sarah. Look at her cute face. Let's look at Sarah's story. Sarah has a lot to say about this. Sarah says, I was definitely living from fear instead of love. I often felt sad, anxious, depressed, lonely, misunderstood. I was always searching for something outside of myself that would bring peace. Okay? Listen to her story. It would take at least 1 to 2, listen to how painful this is. 1 to 2 hours each night to fall asleep because I would be stressing about something I had to do in the week. I was holding judgments against others and therefore myself. Say yes if that's you. If you have sleep problems. If you have sleep problems, let me tell you, that is a clue that things are not right, that you need to heal your relationship with yourself, and things are not right. She says, I often found myself in desperation about finances and didn't see the negative vibrations I was sending out due to these false beliefs. They were only attracting more difficulties. So desperation attracts more difficulty. You know, it's like I always say, worrying about money is not going to attract you more money. It's not going to attract, it doesn't work. But then she says, finally, she says, now that I've worked with Max and A Course in Miracles, I'm able to be an observer of all this and remember who I truly am. Love. It's so beautiful. There's so many takeaways in that. And listen, Sarah's the kind of person that does the work. She reached out, she worked, she does the work, and pretty soon her whole life changed. Her whole life changed. So it's such an honor for me to be able to help people, and my passion is to help you to not suffer in your life anymore. And this is so, it's so just fills my heart. So let's go to the last shift, and the last shift might be, and this is what I'm just talking about right here a little bit, might be one of the most important. The last shift is to find help. You've got to find help because the way you've been doing it hasn't worked, or it's worked to a certain extent, or a certain extent, and then you go backwards, and then a certain extent, you go backwards. So you need to find help. Here's the deal. There are only two ways to fail in the world. There's only two ways. The first way to fail is to quit. And this is so sad because I see so many people that really, really want to change their lives. They want to have the peace. They really want to have that joy in their life and live their life full of joie de vivre and everything. And then they get on that hamster wheel of the books and the seminars and the and it doesn't lead anywhere. And so they just go, forget it, I'm going to quit now. Or internally they quit. Now, the second way to fail, there's only two ways. You either quit or you don't ask for help. And that's sad. That is so sad to me because there is so much help for you. And I want you to succeed. I don't want you to fail. I want you to blossom. I want you to grow. We need more people in this planet that are that are actualized, that are in their joy, in their love, that are serving the world, serving themselves. We need that. There's so much help for you. And so many people go, I can't afford it, or I don't want to do that, or I don't want to ask somebody, and their fear takes them over, and they don't reach out and find help. This is what I believe. I believe everyone should have a mentor. I believe the only way I've changed my life drastically, besides all the studying, of course, I've done and all the, the inner work I've done, is that I've found people that were better at it than me and I followed them. That's what a mentor does. Mentoring brings three crucial things, which most people don't get in their regular life. And this is true. And you can attest to this. Most of the time, you're doing it on your own. So when you have a mentor, guess what? You're accountable. You have to do what you say what you do. You have to be accountable. You have to make sure that you do what Max says. Do what Jane says. Because otherwise, you're not going to do it. I'm telling you, of your own accord, you're not going to do it. The other thing a mentor gives you is support. You need support when you're trying to change. You need support when you're trying to shift. When you really want to go that next level, it is tough, man. It's tough. And you need support, and a mentor gives you support, right? Also, what a mentor does, it gives you new perceptions. A mentor helps you to go, well, I don't see it like that. I would look at it like this. What about that? And I'm telling you from A Course in Miracles point of view, it says, a miracle is a shift in your perception. And many times you can't shift your perception yourself because you only have your eyes to see it, right? So a mentor gives you new perceptions, right? In fact, really, you now have a new perception that you would not have had if you didn't watch this whole training. Right now, where you're sitting, wherever you are in this moment, you are different than before you watched, because I've opened you up. I've made you look at things. I've made you shift your perception. And that's the truth. You are different from before you watch this, right? I'm just going to go into this because it's really important. I want to show you how mentoring works. It works on three different levels, right? It works on your mindset. It's all about mindset, my friends. Mindset and then action. So about your beliefs about what's possible. It works on your mindset about how you're relating to yourself. What is your relationship to yourself? Do you hate yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you think that you're a big pile of poo-poo? I don't know, right? It also then works on your actions. A mentor helps you to be like, this is what you're going to do. You're going to do this and this and this, because of your own accord, you don't know what to do. You just don't know what to do. And that's the truth. I would never know what to do. And, if I was going to become a lawyer, I need someone to mentor me to become a lawyer. I don't know how to do that. Right. And then finally, what working with a mentor does, it helps you to change your results. And when your results change, what I call your attraction factor starts to go up. So you start to attract things that make you feel good. You start to attract things, opportunities and people and situations that make you feel amazing. And the result is you have this joy and this peace that you didn't have before. And then you just repeat it again. You just do it. Mindset, take an action, you get a result. Change your mindset, take an action, get a result. Take your mindset, action, result. So to change the results, you have to change your mindset and take the right action. Do you get it? So if you want a different result, you need to change your mindset and you need to take different actions. And a lot of times you don't know what those actions are. That's the truth. And even if you do know what the actions are, it's very hard to do it on your own. It's not impossible, but basically it is. So I have a question for you. How much joy and attracting what you want have you experienced lately? How much? Have you attracted what you really want lately? Have you really been in joy and in peace? And if your results aren't what you want, you need a new mindset. You need a plan, and you need accountability. And that's the truth. You probably need a mentor. Okay, let's stop. Take a breath, everyone. Good. All right. Those were the 5 shifts. Those were the 5 shifts that I've worked on for so long and really kind of concentrated them here for you. So let's look at what we did today. So today at the beginning, about 40 minutes ago, I promised you how to deal with that constant nagging negative voice in your head without having to go through years of therapy. I also promised that how you develop a loving, nurturing relationship with yourself and stop searching for the right formula or right method. I also talked about I promised you how to discover your life purpose without having to read another book. Remember that? And then I also promised you exactly how slowing down is going to create faster results. That's one thing I didn't really talk about in the turtle theory, is that when you slow down, guess what happens? Things move faster. They move faster. I also showed you how to eliminate this anxiety and doubt and fear while you're regaining your zest. Because as you stop, you're not as anxious. As you put the books down and you follow one thing, you don't doubt as much because you know what you're doing. And you start to feel that joy. You start to feel that peace. And I also showed you, and this is the turtle theory, how to make time work in your favor so you can actually accomplish more while creating an internal foundation of peace and joy. So here's your joy recipe. Write these down if you haven't written them down. Number 1 is you have to know you already know your purpose. You might not be conscious of it right now because you're too much of a people pleaser, but you already know your purpose. Number 2, you've got to put the books down. When I say put the books down, I mean you've got to get on one path and you've got to stay there. You've got to stay on one path. Follow one thing, right? You have to stop trying to love yourself. And when I say this, it's really kind of controversial what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is you've got to know who you are first. You got to delve in there because you don't know who you really are. Number 4 is you've got to master the turtle theory. You have to master that turtle theory, meaning, this is what I do in my life. All the incredible results that I get in my life is because I've become a master of the turtle theory. I do a little bit, I do a little bit, little bit, and I get like, waha, bam, 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 bam. And things go faster and faster. The more I slow down, the faster things happen. That is such a crazy way to look at it, but it's the truth. It is the truth. The faster you get, the faster you are in life, the more you don't even have an objectivity, right? And number 5 was find help. Find help. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's someone else. You need to find someone that knows what they're doing, that is a master of what they're doing, and they will guide you to find your joy and your help. So these 5 shifts alone are enough to bring you to your lasting joy and attracting what you want. If you start doing these 5 things, I'm telling you, you will start to attract exactly what you want. Your joy will start to rise. You will feel more peaceful and you'll feel more present. Okay? So now you have a choice. Now you have a choice. And here's your choice. You can take all of the stuff that we've talked about and you can go, well, that's interesting. How interesting. Okay, that's really interesting. I just spent 45 minutes and now I know about all that stuff and I can just put it there. Or you can take action. Or you can say, you know what? The rest of my life is not going to be like this, the first part of my life. The rest of my life is going to be different. And I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to change things and I'm going to make a commitment to really doing the work. So you can either use this as a toy, just another information, or you can say, no. There's a reason why I'm watching this in this moment. There's a reason why I've attracted this in this moment. And I believe that there is, of course. But there's a reason why that this is coming up for you, because I'm telling you, this is not the first time you've heard this kind of thing. And you still, tomorrow, you will complain about how you don't feel peaceful, or things aren't working. And then next week, you're going to go, oh yeah, that thing that Max was talking about, right? So you have a choice, and I'm just here for you. Listen, I'm just here for you. And you have the choice. You can either move on, or you can make a choice to change. Now, here's where I come in. I can help you. This is what I do. I am proud to be able to sit down and talk with you and help you and look at your blocks and say, this is what I think. This is where I think you should go. I've done it. You know, I've got so many people that have had huge successes, and myself, my life included. I struggle, but I get back on the horse, and my successes get higher and higher and bigger, and the peace just flows. It's just awesome. So I want to tell you, I've set up some time in the next few days to speak with you personally about how you can apply these ideas to your life, starting right away. So whatever you think your biggest blocks and challenges are, I have seen it. I've heard it all, my friends. And I truly know how to help you. I know how to help you. And I can make that promise to you because I've been around the block. I've done it myself. I've helped people with hundreds and hundreds of types of issues, and we get beyond your challenges, beyond your blocks. I know that I can help you. So I've set up some times. So here's the deal. On this session, I will work with you to get crystal clear about exactly what is blocking you from your joy and your blocks to what your purpose is, and then how you can begin to start to attract what you truly want in your life. That's what we'll do. We'll sit down, we'll talk to you. Actually, we do it on Zoom, so I can look at you and we can look at me. We can have, like, you know, it's like a session, right? Where I'm gonna have you take notes. You're gonna come with very, very clear, what are your blocks in your life, right? So, and what does this cost? It's absolutely free. It's totally free to you. So I want to do a little bit of a caveat here, because this is really important, because I want you to know who this is for, who these calls are for. You must be ready to do the work. I love working with people. But listen, here's the deal. If you want to invest in yourself, I will invest 150% into you, but you must be ready to do the work. If you are ready to do the work, that's you. You must be someone who has a feeling that as you rediscover your joy, it will help and inspire others in a powerful way. I told you, we need more people that are going to be lights in this world. And if you really, 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 really want to do this, and you really want to have me guide you and help you in some way, I really need to know that you're going to be a light to inspire others in the world. That's big. It's big. The other thing is, you've got to be resilient. You have to have moxie. You have to have the most integrity. Integrity is one of my favorite words. And everyone I work with has integrity. And you have to be able to laugh. You've got to be able to laugh, my friends. Because if you're not able to laugh, your life's going to suck. And besides your life sucking, you're not going to grow. So you got to laugh. You got to be able to bend with the wind, right? You got to bend with the wind while you're stretching and you're growing. So if you're someone that's ready to do the work, if you have a feeling you really want to rediscover your joy and inspire the world in some way and start attracting peace and love, and you are a resilient person, you're someone that's full of integrity, you're do what you say what you do, and you're able to laugh a lot, because we laugh a lot when I worked with you. There's a lot of laughter. Laughter is healing. So if that's you, I want you to book a session now. I will tell you how to do that in just a second. And before all of this stuff, I want to tell you my philosophy really quickly. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Here's the deal. I love helping people discover that there is a way to feel amazing about their lives and have the confidence to make life the adventure that it can be. That's huge for me. You just watch me on Periscope. You watch me anywhere. I get off on it. It's so thrilling to me to help you and to serve you and see you light up. It's huge for me. And I believe that this world needs as many, I said this before, confident, joyful, and purposeful people, especially right now in the world, to be a beacon of hope for those who have lost all theirs. I believe that to the core of my being. The world needs you. The world needs you. And I believe if I can even help you in the slightest little bit, that will help you open up. You will help somebody else. And that ripple effect will change the world, right? The other thing is, I respect you. And I want to say this. I know clearly, listen, I know not every student is right for every teacher. So you might not be right for me. I might not be right for you. That doesn't mean I'm bad or you're good, I'm bad. It doesn't even mean that. But these sessions are a way for us to find out if we're a match to work together. If not, that is fine. And that's totally fine. And that's okay. You might not be ready to do the work, and that's okay. I might not be the right person for you. And that's okay too, because as I said before, there's so much help for you. There is so much help for you. All right, everyone? Okay, so here's the deal. If this is you and you really want to book a time, I'm telling you, I've booked out a few times in the next couple of weeks, so I'm very busy. And it's open now. You can go to attractpositiveresults.com/apply. attractpositiveresults.com/apply. Spaces are limited because there's only the next couple of weeks I opened up time.